NATO vows to respond if Finland-Estonia gas pipeline damage is deliberate. Hoo boy. So, as I'm sure you guys are aware, the relationship that the West has had with Russia, particularly in the context of the war with Ukraine, has been largely contextualized by oil and gas pipelines. We get a lot of oil and a lot of natural gas from Russia, or at least we did. We had the Nord Stream pipeline. You know, we a lot going on over there, a lot of stuff being transmitted. Now that those lines are broken, Russia has a geopolitical interest in cutting off the internal movement of oil and natural gas. So, for those of you who don't know where things are, it's right over here. Oh wait, actually, hold on. This Reuters video has it in the little 2-minute blurb. We're gonna play that video and we're gonna learn.
NATO has vowed to respond if damage to a European pipeline turns out to be the result of sabotage.
Uh-oh.
The Balticconnector carries gas and telecom links between Finland and Estonia.
So, let me just make sure everyone is on the same page. So, Finland is in Europe. Estonia is in Europe. But you might notice that there's actually no way to get anything across the two from Helsinki to Tallinn, which coincidentally, by the way, are right across from each other. Isn't that an interesting little geopolitical coincidence? Obviously, Finland has a lot of natural resources, and if they want to move it down, the most obvious way for them to do it would be to move it down into the Baltic states via a pipeline. That is the pipeline that has been destroyed. Almost certainly deliberate sabotage. Realistically, this would just be more sanctions and shit. Well, NATO doesn't do sanctions. It's actually natural gas coming up from Baltics. Oh, am I incorrect? It's actually natural gas coming up to Finland? Oh, interesting. Well, the principle remains the same in both cases.
Damage to the line was confirmed earlier this week after Finland's gas grid noted a drop in gas pressure.
Yep.
A probe is ongoing, but authorities in Helsinki say the damage was probably the result of outside activity. The news comes just over a year after the Nord Stream pipeline in the Baltic was destroyed by explosion.
Potentially an extremely serious crime. Finland is a very, very, very cold country, and it relies heavily on natural gas to warm its many houses. Keep in mind, an absence of natural gas in winter in Finland, and we are entering winter, is a life or death situation. It's not like this is economically inconvenient. It's very important that they get their natural gas. So potentially a big crime, you know? Finland also has a very specific relationship with Russia that is complicated. It is complicated, but Finland's recent behavior has obviously been more NATO-leaning because they joined NATO. So, you know, regardless of the complexities of the relationship broadly, the recent lean has been towards us. And Finland has several reasons to dislike Russia. You know, there's some wacky conflict there. You know, that whole when the snowy trees start speaking Finnish meme. You know, the sniper 800 kills, whatever.
Russia and Western capitals have since traded accusations over who was behind the blasts. On Wednesday, NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg said the alliance would act if sabotage was proven in the new incident.
If it is proven that this is a deliberate attack on allies' critical...
Finland mostly uses its natural gas for industry. Heating is not done by gas. Wait, how do you heat? Wait, don't tell me the average Finnish home uses wood burning. There's no way you all have electrical... It's wood? Oh my god. Of course it would be. You you stupid pointy toboggan hat wearing dumbass, not even a real country ass mother... Jesus Christ. Wood, honestly, Jesus. I'm going to look it up. District heating is very common in urban areas. Heat is transferred through pipes to buildings across the city. Heat? Wait, like hot air? Like you're not transferring the natural gas to burn at your furnace? You're transferring hot air? Hot water? Isn't that inefficient? We don't transfer hot water in the United States. We transfer water and we have a local heater do it. Why would you not have a local heater? Yes, we do in New York City. Really? It's probably logistically simpler to maintain. Oh no, I don't have an issue with district heating in concept. When I think of like housing in Finland, I think of like every home is 20 feet away from the other home in the urban areas, and in the rural areas you all have one like forested mountaintop to yourselves. I guess I'm just imagining like district heating is like, oh yeah, we've connected the district together, and we have these pipes running to all 5 houses within the kilometer square. I don't know. Everyone is German in Europe. Yeah, why not? Well, would you rather me do a Russian accent? Also, that wasn't German, that was Swedish.
Undersea infrastructure, this would be a very serious incident, and it will be met by a united and determined response from NATO.
Finland is now checking the movement of vessels near the site at the time of the incident. It's also examining the...
Okay, can we, regardless of my complete ignorance of Finland and everything about it, can we at least acknowledge that if Russia did blow this pipeline, it would be a huge deal? That would be really bad. Considering Finland is the newest member of NATO, and the fact that Finland is geographically isolated from mainland Europe, except through Russia.
Seabed. Investigators haven't ruled out accidental damage by a ship's...
But do you condemn Hamas? Hamas did this, yeah. It is possible that it's not deliberate sabotage.
Anchor. But Norwegian seismologist Anne Stroman-Licker says there is evidence of an explosion registering about 1 on the Richter scale.
Oh.
We haven't had time to work enough with the signal now to definitely say it was explosives, but we think so. The smaller explosions in the Nord Stream series of explosions were on the size with this one.
The Balticconnector pipeline and telecoms cables run parallel, but some distance apart. Yet Finnish investigators say they were damaged within the same time frame. Norway and other neighbouring countries have moved to tighten security at offshore facilities since the incident.
Was this just retaliation for the Nord Stream? We still don't really know what happened with the Nord Stream pipeline. I guess the most logical explanation is that it was probably done by some Western power. That's like a reasonable guess. But it's one of those things where it's like, oh, well, what if it was a false flag? Like, oh, maybe Russia blew the pipeline, or maybe it was Poland because Poland wanted people to be mad at Russia, so they would do Article 5 or whatever. Like, there's a million ways to go about it. I don't really know. Was it Hamas? It could have been Hamas, you know, screaming Allahu Akbar through bubbles as they charge down into the inky depths of the water to decapitate the pipeline. Does Article 5 really have any teeth? Article 5 has all the teeth, actually. Article 5 has many teeth, so we got to be careful with that. I don't think Article 5 will be declared even if it is found Russia did this. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think that the West would wage nuclear war as retaliation for a burst pipeline, but I don't really know what they would do. With NATO involvement, it's pretty much nuclear war or nothing when it comes to Russia, so... A real invocation of Article 5 would probably happen only if Russia started making deliberate strikes into, like, the Baltics or Poland or whatever, or, like, ground invasion. It would have to be, like, an actual declaration of war and invasion. And if that did happen, like, the retaliation would probably be pretty immediate, I'm guessing. Like, again, obviously, I don't know, like, the most advanced military secrets on Earth, but I'm guessing that if... My guess is that for the entire duration of this war, we've probably had spies and operatives in Russia, and we've probably been collecting a bunch of intel on them from satellites and drones and shit. And if ever anything like that happened, the goal, I don't know if they'd succeed, but the goal from the West would be, like, 24-hour media blackout from the Kremlin, and then when the blackout ends, mysteriously, Putin is sick and went to a farm upstate to recover, and also, coincidentally, every nuclear silo and nuclear submarine all had an accident at once. That's the goal. I don't know if they can actually do that, but that's probably what they would want to do, like try to cut the head off, basically.